Okay, we're here at St. Francis College. It's a Saturday morning, so don't be fooled by the school uniforms. But we're here just to have a conversation with some of the grade 11 students who are participating in the e-library project, pilot project. And each of them has their own Kindle that they're going to be using for 1 year. Maybe if you guys just want to show your Kindles to the camera. Okay, great. So really the purpose of this conversation is just to get your thoughts and your ideas and your experiences of using the Kindle and the types of books that you've been reading. So, I mean, does anybody want to share with me and with the rest of your friends just, what your experience has been? Is the Kindle easy to use?
Yeah, it is.
And it has no paper cuts.
Yeah, no paper cuts. The baggy pockets.
Okay, cool. And so when you first got the Kindle, was it a little bit difficult to understand how it worked and the menus and where to find books?
Once we got the basics, it was just
Yeah.
flowing.
It was a breeze from then on.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
not bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, what books have you been reading since we started the e-library project a month and a half ago?
I've been reading Context 1, Context 2, Killing Cable on Broadway.
Oh, really? Killing Kibble. Okay.
Killing Cable, and what's this? But I never even know that.
It's wrong to laugh, but
It's wrong to laugh, yeah. Unfortunately, halfway. So I've already read 2 books, and these 2 I'm still on the
Fantastic.
Letters to My Children. Oh yeah, I've read those.
I've read the whole Context series and half of Anila's book, and then I just started Kai's book.
Oh, okay. What's Kaya's book about? Is that Kaya
About-
Blanga?
About him, I guess, about his life and his family and the Eastern Cape. That's as far as I've gotten. He just speaks about the Eastern Cape and his life and stuff like that.
So, I mean, a book like that, do you feel that is a relevant book for someone your age and of your interests? I mean,
Yes, it's very relevant because as somebody who has a family in like rural areas, you can relate to what he speaks about when he speaks about like the rural areas and the people there. So
Yeah.
I can relate to his book.
and what about you? What have you been reading on the Kindle?
I read one book on Sherlock Holmes, but
Okay.
I didn't finish it because I realized that I didn't have much interest in it.
Okay.
And so far, I'm reading Long Walk to a Free Ride by
Nick
Nick
Rabinovitz.
Rabinowitz.
Yeah, and I suppose that's what's quite nice is that because there are a lot of books on the Kindle, if you don't enjoy it, then you don't have to follow through.
Next time.
Yeah. So how's the Nick Rabinovitz book?
It's quite entertaining. It's more of a modern style of writing, and that's what I'm more into. So, yes, it's about him, the way he views the apartheid through his experiences.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I can say.
So it's funny, but it's also quite a serious
Yes,
book,
it is.
serious
Yes,
subject matter.
Recently, I started reading the Problems of Philosophy by Russell Bertrand, and
Oh, really?
it's a very mentally challenging book because even though you can't really read something and just read it like half baked and not challenge yourself mentally, but with this one you really have to get deep into it, and they really speak about philosophy as a subject so in depth, and it really, I think it unlocks chasms of your mind that normally you wouldn't be able to. You think about things on another level, like on a normal
Yeah.
basis, like
Well, I
you
mean,
wouldn't really
that's, I
think.
mean, Bertrand Russell is very serious philosophy. I mean, they studied that at university, and
It's a really good
Yeah.
book. It's a really nice
I've been also reading A Long Walk to a Free Ride by Nick Rabinovitz.
okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and it made me be aware of the past because I took it for granted, but this guy looks at it from another angle because you always think we blacks were affected. Also, white people were affected by me reading this book. It taught me a lot of things, man, because I didn't know half the scandals that happened in the ANC, and it's contained over here.
Oh, okay.
So yes, really.
So that's very interesting, guys. Thanks for sharing that. So, I mean, the way we've set up the system of lending the Kindles to you and keeping them on the school, I mean, do you find that you have enough time to read? I mean, could you describe an average day when you're using the Kindle? We haven't heard from you or Kirsten, so yeah.
I only use the Kindle on Wednesdays because I have extra after schools, and I find it hard to stay in some afternoons like Mondays and Tuesdays because I have to study.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not enough.
Okay.
I also mentioned that I have arranged transport, so sometimes I would like to stay by the car. So I only read the Kindle once a week during the meal period, and that's the only
Okay.
time I get to read the
And
Kindle.
how long is that period?
Around 45. The period is 45 minutes, but you still have to get the Kindles out of the storeroom.
Oh, yes.
So we normally read about like 20 to 25 minutes. And
Okay.
you have to take them.
Okay, so I mean, would you guys like to be using the Kindle a bit more often?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely take note of that.
With myself and Spumalele, we kind of work the Kindles into our routine. So, for instance, we'd have a schedule whereby we know Mondays for studying, because we have a cycle test on Tuesdays. We don't read on a Monday. And if it's on a Tuesday, we don't usually have a test, so we'll read mostly on a Tuesday and Wednesday after school.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We make a kind of schedule around.
And do you guys still read old-fashioned books?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Or dead tree books? Yeah. So I mean, is it weird going back to the old books?
Not really.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't really like reading books. But since I've started reading the Kindle, I even went to the library and faced the book to start reading at home because you don't have the Kindle.
Yeah.
So right now I'm reading Blood Child. I forgot the author's name. So I'm really quite interested in this reading industry because I wasn't really aware that reading could, improve your vocabulary and broaden your mind. So now I'm more interested in reading books. Every chance I get a magazine, I read a chapter or something, or
Fantastic.
newspaper and anything.
Yeah. And so, I mean, do you find that you're not seeing books as just something that you have to read as a set work that you have to in order to pass matric or something?
more of a hobby now.
Like that.
Oh, okay.
We love books.
Yeah. And then what about some of your classmates who aren't here today? I mean, are there any people who like maybe they were never interested in reading before and now they are?
A lot, actually.
You know, there's some guys who are just interested in soccer and no matter what.
Just chill.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult to be able, to sacrifice. If, for instance, every afternoon you'd go and play soccer, I think it's difficult for you to substitute the soccer for going to get your Kindle. But during the Kindle period, I think everybody just zones into like, this is reading time, and you just forget everything that's happened before, and you just zoom in to your book, because the thing about that virtual bookmark is that it takes you valid to the page, the exact page you were, and it's as if everything just comes back, and you just, I don't know, it's like a trance.
With your book and nobody
Yeah.
else is there.
Till the kids get quiet in the room.
Yeah.
Especially if the book is intriguing like mine. There's
Yeah.
my chocolate. This woman she has girly mannerisms, but she's a woman about to enter her 40s, so.
This is Theft by Chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the storyline is so, it's not cliche, but I don't know how to explain it. It's quite enjoyable. It's a lovely book, and the mystery behind it all as well. For instance, you'd expect her to steal this expensive chocolate piece in the museum because she's obsessed with chocolate, but she's actually not the person who does it. So.
Oh, wonderful. So that sounds like quite a different book.
Oh, I love it.
And that book was actually donated by somebody named Luba Lesica. Yeah, and she is a writer who lives in Canada. And my friend from England knows her and publishes her book, so that's how we got the book. So if you think about it, it was a Canadian, an English person, and a South African that helped to get that book on that Kindle. So that's really cool, eh? Okay, I'm going to swap with Mark because I'm sure Mark has some questions that he wants to ask. And also my throat's getting very